The gold and silver markets have entered their most volatile phase in decades, showing a chaotic pattern of high-level collapse, violent rebound, then renewed sell-offs. Early this week, gold plunged sharply from last week's near record high of around $5,600 per ounce, dropping more than 15% at one point to around $4,400. And silver was even more volatile, suffering a 38% on last Friday, and then almost like a market-wide circuit breaker. So, why does all of this matter for the CCP's fate? Because the PLA is the CCP's core interest block, connected to a vast network of beneficiaries. And over the past decade of Xi Jinping's so-called anti-corruption campaign, much of the wealth once controlled by Wang Qishan and other veteran CCP factions, especially in oil, ended up concentrated in Zhang Youxia's hands. Now that the military itself is in turmoil, these interest groups know exactly what to do. Based on past experience, their first instinct is rapid capital flight. The recent waves of asset liquidation, the chaos in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the violent swings in gold and silver are all direct consequences of this capital exodus. On one side, there is frantic liquidation driven by internal military purges. On the other, the ability of overseas markets to absorb these funds is shrinking. So, what does this kind of stampede for the axis lead to? Well, it leads to an instant liquidity collapse inside China's domestic financial system. This is precisely why we see Xi Jinping calling for the construction of a so-called financial powerhouse, and why CCP state media has recently been flooded with discussion about financial regulations and financial security. At the same time, the crypto market has been in chaos. Bitcoin briefly fell below 70,000 and Ethereum dropped below 2,000. Against this backdrop, Mr. Mao pointed out that as the global financial system enters a period of deep disruption, real world assets, RWA, will emerge as a key topic in rethinking wealth preservation and the future monetary system. Almost immediately after Mr. Gore made this point, the CCP reacted